Hello, busy funeral directors. Just got an email from a client. They just got a negative review on Google. And what should they do? Right? So let me give you the general framework here. The worst thing here is to do nothing. Right? We all know that, right? But really is, let me give you the framework over here. Step zero is still going to be the most critical. Step zero is the reason called step zero is please, you got to cool down first, right? I'm sure you poured your heart out taking care of that family. That's why if you do respond or take action right away, you might regret. So definitely step zero is always to go, right? Grab a drink of water, come back before you respond to it. So that's step zero. Step one is definitely you got to respond to the comment. When you're responding to the comment, is not to start a war at all, right? If it's a legitimate review, you definitely want to respond to it. That way, publicly, whenever folks see that negative review, they see that your side of the response, right? If it's a real negative review, definitely want to apologize, right? But you want to tell your side of the story, especially if it's not a legitimate review, you definitely want to respond to it. So if you look at your own behavior, anytime you're looking at these reviews, whether you're on Amazon or looking for home services, if the overall rating is positive, you typically scan the negative review very carefully just to see what happened, right? If nobody from that business responded to that negative review, you might thought that negative review is real. So definitely want to respond to it, but please do not start a war. I see threads back and forth, right, between the families and the owner, and that does not look great publicly. So definitely step one is to respond publicly. Then step two is immediately call up the family to see whether you can repair the damage. The best outcome is you are able to make them happy. Now they take down their review or they move it up to 5-star. Okay, that's the best outcome. And that really does happen. I'll say 80-20 rule. 80% of the time it does. Folks do change their review up to 5-star. Because the reason they went to leave that negative review is they want to be heard, right? That's what we all do. It's the reason we left that 1-star review is hopefully somebody from that business would reach out to. So definitely step two is call them. Hopefully you can repair the damage offline. Then step three is then really depends on whether they removed the negative review or not. If they didn't, that's when you flag that review to get Google's attention. Typically, what I'm seeing is most funeral directors immediately once they get a negative review, they flag it right away for Google to take it down. And the odds is almost zero. We know that. The odds of Google removing that review is almost none because Google doesn't know what's real or not. But if you did, right, left a public comment, Google would know that indeed, right, your side of the story. You did indeed reach out to the families. If you just flag it right away, Google doesn't know, right, whether it's a fake review or positive review. So definitely, please follow those steps, and the odds of getting those removed is going to be 80-20, 80% success. And what if still the negative review still stays around? My suggestion is don't don't be upset about it. Folks actually don't trust 5-star businesses anymore. They tend to trust those that's 4.5 to 4.7 star range. There's no way that any business will be 5-star all the time. So don't get upset, right? We were we were always 5-star, and then one disgruntled employee decided to put a 1-star in there, and now we are at 4.9, and that's still fine, right? We did our best to take it down, but Google still won't take it down, right? But overall, you definitely want to continue to get a lot more positive reviews to wash that negative review. Okay. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions.